Hello and welcome back to Juventus. As you can see, there's a little poll there. Where are Juventus going to finish the season? I think I'll leave that up until the end of the episode. Just a bit of fun. Let me know what you think in terms of where we are going to finish. And as usual, because I'm never quite sure of my connection here to YouTube, can you let me know, can you see the pictures and can you hear me? And let me know that everything is okay for you guys. I don't even know if there's anybody in at the moment, but if you could let me know, that would be absolutely brilliant. And good news and bad news and bad news and more bad news. First, the good news, the game against AC Milan was postponed because of a fixture problem, congestion problem that they had, and so it was postponed. So I've moved it on past the time where we should have played AC Milan, and we are now at Cup Day, the Coppa Italia Freccalazzurra third round, and it couldn't be a worse draw that we had because we have to play Sassuolo. Good evening, Andy, and good to see you. And I kind of I'm a bit concerned about whether we can keep this going, and I have reasons for being concerned about that. If we have a look at my squad, in terms of let's go to the squad planner. If we go to central defenders, we have a problem because Gatti has left, and just a day or so ago, Ayala got injured. So I only have two centre-backs now at the moment in Hushan and Bremer. Hey, crazy. And yeah, don't forget there's a poll up there, and I'm going to keep that going throughout, and it will be interesting to see what people think. I think that we got to be going into a bit of decline. If we look at on midfield left, we have, of course, Chiesa there. I've been told that Chiesa wants to leave, and he is wanted, and I've been told to sell him because he's probably going to run down his contract. I don't want to sell him, and I probably could convince him to take another 3-year contract at the end of it, but maybe a rebuild is due in the summer anyway. His contract's not due until 29, so we could sell him in the summer, so I don't really want to sell him. He can double up as a striker as well, which is good news. So it would leave me short on the left wing if he went and up front, because he is one of the 3 players that I really have to play up front. He can also, no, he's not one who can play as the attacking mid. The other bit of bad news is Locatelli. Locatelli, I'm also being told I should sell him. I have actually transferred Locatelli, listed Locatelli, because if I let one of them go, the game might let me off. I've also got Fagioli, who's wanted, but he's not going anywhere. I'm just going to reject that and then put up the price so high that nobody can afford him. But on the other hand, midfield might not be such a problem because I have made a bid for a couple of players. And I've made, in particular, bids for... I didn't actually know that Ben Seguir is actually joining us in June next year. So I didn't actually know that. We've got this guy, Christian Caputi, who joins us in 2032. That's got to be the daftest transfer that I've ever seen. We've signed someone 4 years in advance. I really don't get it. He'll be 24 by the time he arrives. I don't get it. But hey-ho, it is what it is. These things were done before I arrived. And I have actually... made bids for 2 players. I've made a bid for Rodrigo Zalazar, who is a midfielder, and a pretty decent midfielder, wants to come in as an important player. I think he's pretty decent. He's got great mentals. Technicals are not bad, and I think he'll do a very good job for us in the midfield. And I've also, if I can find him, made an offer for a centre-back, Lorenzo Pirola, who, again, has got very good mentals. Physically, he's a very strong boy. He's not extremely tall, but he just looks like he's a very good player. And hopefully he will come in. I've offered them both a little bit over the odds to try and entice them in. So I might get a central defender, and I might get a central midfielder in, which will deal with the two that are about to leave, Locatelli, and the one who already has left, Gatti. The only problem is that whilst that sounds good because I've got loads of money in, I've still only got 53 million. Now, I had 55, it went down to 53, and then I sold 2 players. And before I got the money in for those 2 players, I went down to almost 20. So the board just took the money off me. And this game is such a bad loser, because when this game starts to lose, it just takes your money off you, or it injures all your players. And it's just such a bad loser, this game. It took my transfer budget off me, and it left me with 20 mil. I've got it back to 55, but I've spent most of that on those 2 players. I'm still short at wing back because one of my wing backs left, one of my full backs left, and so that was Buquain. He left. Bayern Munich have been having a field day and just signing all my players. And so today we are going to struggle, I think. We're going to play Sassuolo in the cup. We then have games that we should be winning for a little while. It's just whether or not we can manage to get something out of this. Although Sassuolo are actually second in the league, if we look at their current form, it's not great. They are, in the last 5 games, they've slipped down to 12th in the league. So their current form is not great. And should we be worried about them? Probably, because transfer stuff is on the players' minds, and that never helps the players. And tactically, I didn't notice much, apart from they also don't like near post corners. So I've asked the team to play for set pieces again. They don't make good connections at the near post. So I'm going to ask the team to play for set pieces. It worked last time. Why not this time? Everything else I'm keeping the same. Going with a higher defensive line. They don't have much pace, and I'll probably end up pushing the line forward. They are not very they're not very good dribblers. They lack focus and concentration, so I'm asking them to trigger press much more often, get in their face. So we'll see what happens here. I am playing a young kid at the back, and I perhaps have Aliola, who can come on for 20 minutes at the end. Good evening, Stephen. So it's really difficult. He wants me to play Aliola, but I don't think he's fit. We'll have a look, and I'm not going to tackle harder because they are a bunch of good tacklers. So you can see he's still injured, and he's not back in training for 2 days. So I'm going to give this boy a run out. If we don't win the cup match, it's not a big deal. The only big deal in it is that I will lose my 100% record, and that will not please me. But, well, it's not 100%. My unbeaten record, I should say. We did draw against Celtic. So as players are leaving, we are 3 players short on the bench. We do need to improve the squad, not get rid of people. And hopefully, though the players are happy, of recent form will keep us going. Who knows? And I've got the sound on again. Oh, how does that happen? It's probably because I've been playing games in the other save. So we'll take the sound off. And no, we don't want revenge. We're not that kind of team. Let's make full use of our home advantage. Asking for revenge. You need to have players who are homegrown in your team. And I just want them to go out there, take advantage of playing at home. Not much of a crowd in. I'm looking at this and I can see the stands are empty. And we're obviously not attracting much of a crowd at the moment, which is a bit strange because you'd think Juventus would be packed out for this cup game. But there's nobody in the ground. And I'm immediately looking at we're not winning that second ball. It's not an issue at the moment, but we just need to keep an eye on that. Does the line have to come up higher? And not bad, not a bad start. At least we're putting them under pressure. That's what I like to see. Put them under pressure and see if we can't get something out of this game. What I do want to do is to try and dominate possession. I want them to play like they are a passing team. And I want them to put pressure on the opposition with the high trigger press. I think they do that well. Counter-pressing hasn't excited me, but certainly the much higher trigger press they've done well on. And there is a bit of space in between the lines. But again, let's not panic at this point. I nearly panicked, but let's not panic at this point. We're only 3 minutes into the game. Let them play a while. We'll just keep an eye on this second ball, and we've won that one, so it might not be so bad. But that's a terrible pass. And again, that was a pass by a player who's got transfer things on his mind. And that may well be a big... I recently had problems with Kumalo, who wants to leave. He's not playing very well at the moment because we're in a transfer window. And so he's got other things on his mind. In fact, I'm going to leave him out of the cup game that we've got coming up, which won't please him. And if he's not playing well enough, he's not playing well enough. Go and think about those things on the bench. Not on the pitch. And at the moment, it's fairly even game. I mean, we got to be very wary of this bunch. And especially the fact that I have a young player, Huisen, in at centre-back. I just feel sometimes the game is... It just doesn't like losing. It's the same as us managers. We don't like losing, and neither does the game. And it does things that cause you problems if you start beating it. But we've got a break on here. Dusan's done well. It does look a little bit like we're not playing at a high tempo. And it could be that it's the opposition trying to slow it down, but I want us to play. I want us to move the ball around, and it doesn't look like we're doing that at the moment, but another thing to keep an eye on. But that's a nice pass. Ben Sagir, who's not complaining about anything, but he finds the side netting. And this is going to be a nervy little cup tie, I think. Why couldn't we have had a Serie B team or somebody much inferior to us? We had to go and draw one of the top performing teams at the moment. But as they say in the cup, you've got to beat them all. You might as well beat them early on. And we are certainly the better team as it stands at the moment. And I'm just going to have a look at the poll. What is there is at the moment we got 2 votes. Top 4. Somebody says top 4. And somebody has said we'll win the title. I do like that was Andy probably. As Andy said we'd win the title. But we need to pick up this ball. Defended well. Well done. But there again, that's Glick, who's got transfer stuff on his mind, and he's just not. This is not pleasing. There's twice he's given the ball away. And he's normally quite a good player, so I think the game does do that. If they've got transfer stuff on their mind, they do lose form a little bit until they've had a good think about it. And then when they come back to you and say, I'm quite happy to stay because nobody's interested in me. Well, yeah, you would be if nobody's interested in you. Then they normally pick up their form again then. I ate mine last week, Andy, and that was that young defender making a terrible error as well. And we got away with that one, so we need to keep an eye on him. It's not him who's actually having the worst game, it's Bremer, the more experienced man next to him. And it's going to be tight. This is going to be a very, very tight affair. This is the Arsenal-Manchester City KG affair. We are playing positive, though. I want to play positively. We beat Inter Milan last time out, and I do believe we can beat these as well. So go into the game positive as we are at home. And we do have a big chance there, and Rabiot, he should have scored. There's no excuse for that. He should have scored. Well, I was very disappointed, Andy. Extremely disappointed, because I paid about £6 for this Easter. It came in a really big box like that. I was very excited. And when I got it home, the egg was about that size inside the box, and it was about 2 millimeters thick. And I felt a little bit cheated, a little bit let down. And we do have a chance here. Come on, Glick, come on. Into the box, and it's Ben Seguir. Ben Seguir's made it 1-0. Are we going to keep going with this form? Nice break. And finally, well, I'll call him Oscar then. Oscar's got his mind on the game. He did well there. Didn't panic. And finally, he's got his mind on the game. And we've got a goal up. And maybe not pushing the lineup as I was thinking about is the right decision. They are putting balls over the top. And I'm going to look at my left back. He is on support. Both are full backs on support. Both sides. Because like I said, we want to be cagey. We don't want to be doing anything that... I do want to have a look. Yeah, I want them less often, closing down less often. And that's what happens when you don't close down. You're able to stand off and just wait for them. I do want him to dribble less, shoot less often, take fewer risks. And we'll probably do the same for Lanelli. And let's have a look at what Nalen... I want him to dribble less. But he can take a few more risks. I got a little bit more faith in him than I do in Danilo. But so far so good. We look the better team. We've scored the only goal. Happy Easter to you too, David. I hope you've had a lovely Easter Sunday. And Andy's going to be doing egg jokes, I think, for the rest of the evening. He must be so excited. Oh, God, you're going to get me going on it, Andy. But at the moment, they don't look too much of a threat. And we've picked up again a second ball in midfield. I'd really look for that. I want us to be winning those second balls, intercepting in midfield. It looks good in midfield, but again, he's just not concentrating enough, is he, Oscar? Oh, I say, Shaulus has made it 2-0. Our form keeps going. But they've come out. They don't look like the team in second place in the league. They do look like the team that's failed over the last few weeks and drop down the recent form table to 12th. They do look like that. They don't look like they're up for it. But it's a long old game, this. We got to play for the 90 minutes and not just for 27. But I want to drop them a bit of encouragement because I think they're doing really well. And if we win this, it'll be incredible. Like, this will, I think, will be... Is it our 10th game without defeat since I arrived? If we can win this, or 9th or 10th. And the days of Bournemouth and Notts County for the last 2 seasons seem long behind me. But I do believe playing in comprehensive highlights makes the world of difference. I'm going to take a look at what's going on here as well. They're not really threatening me at the moment. And what we will do is we'll ask the assistant to reevaluate things. Because I leave it to him. And if I can get rid of that, we might be able to see what's going on. But with 30 minutes gone now, 2-0 up. We've given away the momentum a little bit. And that's come pretty much at the time I want to give them a bit of encouragement. I'm not a big believer, like some of you guys believe in shouts. I'm not a great believer in shouts in FM. I think if you overuse shouts, the players just react badly to them. I'm looking at these guys, uninterested after the feedback. And all I did was encourage them. And they're not very interested in what I've got to say. And now they're in. And that's the feedback. I'm pretty convinced that's the feedback. And now I'm going to give them some different feedback. Now, they're not going to like it. That was absolutely dreadful defending. Dreadful. And I've got this young boy. I don't think he's playing that badly. It was Bremer who got himself out of position. Very, very poor. And now they're going to have some different feedback. And get on with it. If you're not going to be encouraged, then we're going to start giving you rollickings then. Get on with it, because that was pretty poor. But there's nobody really causing me any problems. That pass came... Tell Danilo to mark Berardi. We'll have a look at that in a minute. That pass came from Lafie. So Berardi, I'm just going to say tight mark him. But he's the more important one that we need to close down. So I'm going to tell my boys to tight mark him. And to turn him onto his left foot. Try and take him out of the game. Hello, Corey. Nice to see you. So a couple of players that perhaps we do need to do something about. But if we can get another goal, we'll restore our 2-goal advantage. Oh, you're playing the wrong way. You're going the wrong way, son. He's actually not doing too bad. I think he's playing quite reasonably. His positioning is good. It's Bremer who keeps getting caught. Maybe because that right winger is causing problems. Bremer's not able to deal with him. But if we say tight mark him now, hopefully Danilo will take him out. Oh, that almost sneaked in. That was like the goalkeeper doesn't seem very good. In fact, he looked so poor. I'm just wondering, should we go to shoot on sight? Because the goalkeeper looked really poor. They've been in the game for just a short period of time and scored, and we've got to do better than we're doing. And there's that runner again. What I might have to do is get somebody to specifically mark him. Domingo Berardi. Yeah, okay, we'll tell Danilo to specifically mark him, but I'm more worried about he's on the right-hand side. So I want Rabiot to track him. Never leave him. Oh, it's the wrong side, is it? I thought he was on their right-hand side. He is, so it should be our left. So he should be marking Enzo Laffi. And don't leave his side. He's a bit of a nuisance and we need to take him out of the game. Yeah, I know, Stephen, but looking at the pictures, it seems to me Bremer is getting caught out of position, whereas the young lad who's on a 6.7 is just beautifully positioned every time they get the ball. It just seems a little bit odd. Maybe the ratings are suspect. Or maybe things are happening that we're not seeing, like tackles and blocks, interceptions. And these guys have come much more into the game at the moment. I'm going to go back to balanced now to try and see out half-time. I'm also going to put Danilo on a defend duty, because I need to tie down that right winger. And hopefully he will do that job nice. He's had a good season, Danilo, for a backup. And don't let me down this time. But we need to score goals as well. So I would like us to be pushing forward if possible. But I just want to get to half-time now and just don't concede again, because they're definitely back in this game. Oscar's playing okay. Ben Seguir. There's nobody really who's having a bad game. And that's a lovely pass again. Ben Seguir couldn't get on the end of it. Luss into the middle, but no, it's gone behind for a corner. Now, they are very poor, apparently, at near-post connections, which is why I said play for set pieces. So if we can just cause a little bit of problem in the box, Dusan has nodded it in. And there you go. It happened against Inter because we play near post corners. And we did it against Inter. And we've done it again here. And I just noticed in their report before we came on air that they do not make very good connections at set pieces at the near post. And it just seemed the sensible thing to do. So we are 3-1 up now. And if we let this go now, I'm going to be most annoyed with them. But you can see why they've had a good start. They're passing the ball. They're slowing the game down. They want to slow the game down. I need to speed the game up. Because they're just passing it around. They're not actually going anywhere with it. And where's this boy Laffi? There he is. And is he being marked? Who's that? He's not gone with him. Now that's the winger. He's not being marked. I'm going to have another look at that. Unless he is moving about the pitch. Because as far as I can see, he's on their right-hand side. So our left-hand side should be marking him. And he was nowhere to be seen. That's because he's on attack. So let's bring him back to a support duty and see if that helps. We've got to stop him. That is the essence of it. And I do think we can find another gear. I think he's right to say that. And I think we need to tell them keep going. I'm not going to tell them anything. And I'm not going to tell him anything either, because I don't think that makes any sense. I'm going to go back to positive now, try to catch them. And we'll put Danilo back. No, we won't put Danilo. We'll put this fullback on attack. I just want to try and catch them at the start of the second half. They don't look like they're causing problems down that side, so let's put him on attack down this side. It's the other side that is the problem. And also we're losing the ball quite a bit. Need to have a look at who's doing the tackling for them. But this game's not over by a long shred. Who is doing their tackling? Balocca has won the ball. Vina has won the ball. Start with those two. Balocca. Balocca is where? He's on this side, on my right hand side. So I want to tell my player here to play more direct. And the other one's I'm going to turn him onto his right foot. And I don't want him being closed down, I don't think. Now we're going to take that off and put him on his weaker foot, his left foot. So try Balocca. I think he's doing very, very well. Locatelli should be told to pass more direct passing. Get rid of it, basically. Don't hold on to it, and then we won't lose the ball. See that they've gone far post with their corner because they don't make many near post connections. So they've decided to go far post. They are actually playing well. They've got the match momentum. But we can deal with those. He's still only on a 6.7, the youngster. And I still think he's playing well. He made one mistake, but that's not going to cost him all those points. He made a bad pass, that's all, but so was everybody else in the game. But he looks composed. He's doing a good job for me. I'd give him more than a 6.7 at this point. Just maybe thinking that maybe we can help him a little bit. Can we help him a little bit? So maybe if we have a look at his tackling 13, marking 12. Take that off. And just help him out a little bit. He doesn't need to go bombing into tackles. And that's Bremer again. Bremer just got skinned again. And he's still on a 7.3. That's just, how is this being worked out? Another far post corner. Go on, Dusan, get rid of it. Nicely done. I'm going to go back to balanced. I think we played better when we were playing balanced. And we'll put Lanelli back on a support duty. Just make sure we're defensively solid. We don't have to win the match, they do. I wouldn't. We've got a lot of players with green scores, and I'd be very surprised if we lose this game with all those green scores. Gluck was offside there, was he? So I'd like to see us zipping the ball around a little bit better. We look a little tired, lackluster. And I'd like to see us zipping it around like we used to. But I'm reluctant to up the tempo, because I think higher tempo is about as much as they can manage. It's time to ask my... Let's just type mark that striker. He's beginning to worry me a little bit. Oh, I say. Oh, boy. What's the attendance? I know, I'm looking at it, and there's no one in the ground. Can we see the attendance here? Can't see the attendance from here. Oh yeah, 9,000. Only 9,000 in the ground. That stands completely empty. He is a bit high, isn't he, my central mid? I'm going to ask him to hold his position. He's a little bit high. And that's leaving a space here down this right-hand side. So I'm going to ask him to hold his position. Get him more involved in defending. If we can pick up this ball now. Launch it. Faster, faster, boys. We're supposed to be playing at a high tempo. Come on. First time passes, that's what I want. Into the box! And it is 4-1. 4-1. I can't believe the attendance for the league games. We've been having 60,000, I think. Maybe they're just not interested in this cup. To be quite frank, neither am I. I'm interested in the Europa League and the league itself. And Dusan's got his second, 4-1. I think that's game over now. We'll give them a shout and we'll praise them. Well done, boys. I didn't see a 4-1 against the team second in the league. And especially, it's only my left back and right back who are not green now. Especially with the transfer window going on, I didn't see this being 4-1. Oh, that was close. Dusan is doing well today. He might be going to be living up to his pre-match stuff, to his pre-season stuff. Cambiasso can come on for Danilo. Wait. No, Cambiasso can come on for Lanelli. Igresi can come on for the other back. I don't really want to do too much. I want to wait to see who gets tired the most. But Rabiot is tired, so Moretti can come on for him. And we'll leave it at that at the moment. We'll just check their subs. They haven't made any yet. And hopefully now we'll just go on and win this match comfortably. I'm not going to go attacking. I just want to see this game out now. I'm going to start closing it down in a minute. 4-1 is a 4-1. You know me, guys. I'm very defensive. Oh, hit the post. It could have been 5-1. If the opposition can't score, it gives you a much better chance of winning the game. Oh, and now they've hit the post. I do like comprehensive highlights because you get a much nicer overall impression of a game of football. Key highlights, I never know what the hell is going on. But in comprehensive, chances at both ends. Even the opposition missed chances. Go on, Ben. Oh! Is he getting tired? Locatelli and Benseguir probably do need resting. So as we come up to maybe 80 minutes, we'll take those two boys off. But I would say this is a good start today. I would say this is a pretty good start. We just think about closing the game down now. Their possession is good. And we haven't really matched them for possession. That's a good tackle. So I'm going to start closing it down and bring the tempo down a little bit. Just begin the process. No, that's not a near post. Come on, boys. They're not very good at near post connections. That was terrible thinking. Not counter-pressing is actually helped since I took that off. This team has been performing a lot better. What we got? Oh, we got 60% now for top 4. 40% for win the title. It's bobbling around in there. But they are finding it difficult to break us down, and we're defending well now. Probably helped to ask the centre mid to hold his position. Helped with their central mid, who was playing really well. Okay, Locatelli is tired now. So Fagioli, who can come on there. Luss is tired. But I think I'd prefer, because I have McKinney, I think I would prefer Malero to come on and play. That's it, we're done with our subs. We haven't been the better team, funnily enough. We've just been much more clinical than the opposition. We've been outplayed, in a sense. The stats are with them. So we've FM'd them big time. Oof, their goalkeeper. I'm glad he's not mine. He's makes errors all the time. But I don't know the Italian league. And this team, Sassuolo, are they generally a very good team? Should they be right up at the top of the table? Or is that they just played well and they're going to fade? They certainly haven't played well in the cup. Their finishing has been poor. And we've beaten them 4-1 at the moment. And it's not looking like it's going to get any easier for them. Okay, he's tired, so we're going to help him out a little bit. So we will change his... We'll make him a wide playmaker on support, dribble less, shoot less often, ease off the tackles, so he doesn't have to do any running around, hold position, so he doesn't have to do any running around now. Dusan, you can keep running around, pal. It's been a good performance, especially by Huison, who's now up to a 7.5. He's had a very good game, if you ask me. And it is time now to close the game down. Let's go narrow. Be more disciplined. Slow the pace down. Come off the counter. We don't need to do it anymore. And I got into a low block. And that's it. We'll try and see it off now. 4-1 is an exceptional victory from a team that is getting more and more problems every time we play. And it would be nice if a crowd turned up for the next cup match. I'm not used to seeing a stadium like Juventus this empty. And just... Let's put my full-backs on defend now. They're going to have to work hard to get anything out of us now. He's already on defend. So you guys are going to have to work really hard. Actually, we probably need to... Yeah, he's already on defend as well. You're going to have to work hard now to get anything out of this. And as tiredness creeps in, it's probably a good idea just to pull the line back a little bit. That's it. It's full time. We have beaten them 4-1. Nice work, everyone. That's a good victory, actually. They're in second in the league. And drawing them in the cup, my heart sank. And it was, yeah, we did it. We were beaten in terms of the stats, but we took our chances. Dusan, exceptional today. And there's the rearrangement. That's the second time it's been rearranged. 2nd of Feb now. So the schedule, since we arrived, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games unbeaten since we arrived. And we got some fixtures here for the next 6 games at least that look winnable. And I wonder when this is all going to go wrong. A win today and we could go up into 5th. We could be challenging, especially as these teams have played a game more. We could be challenging for a top 4 place very soon. So how many? Let's rest the team. I always do that. And he doesn't need resting. He's fairly fit. So we'll rest those boys for a day. And we're off and running for tonight. A very nice little victory. We're getting into the box nicely. There's a bit too many negatives. McKinney's not very effective. But we keep doing what we're doing. Who's this? Iryu. He's a fullback. He wants him promoted to the first team. Okay. He's letting me know injuries might cause me a problem later. Could be as good as Cambiasso. Another right back. Zanini, centre back. Doesn't look very good to me though. Liam Bren, goalkeeper. Good prospects. Fagioli. Nah, we're not going to praise his recent form for that. Another player on the way out. Lazio have signed Andre Santos. He's not the boy I was chasing, so that's okay. Troiano. No, he doesn't look good enough to me. I've seen better players than him in my other save. Looking at this, there's not much that they're aggressive, that's all. So we don't want to be getting stuck in. And the rest of it doesn't look very good at all. They don't dribble, they can't finish, they're not very creative, they don't make good decisions. So it's a team we should be beating. So with this in mind, this might be when we push the line up. And we're really going to get in their face. Let's actually leave that on. Let's really go at them today. I'm just waiting. Did Phil Oldman make the right call transfer listing Locatelli? I'll always back the manager. Already done that. Luz showing good progress. So I keep forgetting he's quite young as well. Ooh. He feels underpaid. Well, goodbye. Goodbye. We'll offer him out. You can feel underpaid all you like. Goodbye. Who is he? Troiano? I haven't signed him, have I? Who is he? Well, he's not that great, is he? Okay. I'm pretty sure the fans would not be very pleased about him coming in. What's his overall? Would be a good signing for the future. Okay, we'll bring him in. Ah, there's the one I wanted. Oh no, it isn't. I thought it was my centre back. No, it's unfortunately not the signing I'm waiting for. Troiano, let's bring him in. He's allegedly a good signing for the future. What was ruthless, Andy? Oh, the get rid of him. Yeah, well, he's hardly big time player here, and if he's going to whinge about his salary, it doesn't bode well for the future. Just say bye bye. You wanted to talk to me? Yeah, I feel I'm underpaid. Bye bye. Nice talking to you. Hopefully your next club will pay you more. Except that's the kind of thing then when he comes back to bite you on the bum then when he scores 2 against you in 3 years. That's the kind of thing that can happen with that sort of thing. I would say morale has to be pretty good at the moment. Morale must be superb. It's pretty good, isn't it? It's pretty good. The question is anybody going to put a bid in for Locatelli? And am I going to get those 2 players in? I'm going to go with this just simply to rest players because we are favourites here. Might be a big mistake, especially as I will go As I will go to the tactics now and find he's made a right mess of the bench. But I don't think that's possible, is it? See, he's left the... So we have... What is this bench that he has put out there? Shall I go with this? He is resting a ton of players. Dusan is being completely rested. Danilo, Bremer. Interesting. Shall I go with this? Are they that poor that we can play this team? Molero on the wing. Yeah, let's try it. I feel this is an error. But if we can rest players for the game in the Europa League, that I'll still win. That would be good. But we do need to have a look at who's... We don't want him... We certainly don't want him tackling harder. Can he mark? No, we don't want him to mark tighter. Just play your own game. And I don't want him playing as a ball-playing defender. Just a central defender will be fine. Shoot less often, dribble less, hold position. Take fewer risks. He's young. He doesn't need to be taking risks. Lanelli, I think he should be on attack. Fagioli. It's still a good team. It's still a very good team. The bench is a bit weak. Milan, you've got to play them the beginning of Feb. Yeah, they are a good team. I think we're sending out a good team. It's just rotated. There's not too many youngsters. All the youngsters are on the bench. And Chiesa's up front. He should be able to score. Bournemouth have made an offer to... What's with this Bournemouth nonsense? Are they following me around? Nobody wants him. So you're not having a pay rise. Nobody even wants you. McKinney, actually. Now, there's a thought. McKinney should be playing today. Give him some match game time. Do I want to go positive or do I want to just... No, we're going to go positive. It's a team we should be winning against. The love affair isn't over. Bournemouth are causing me all sorts of problems. And now he does want me to make changes. No, I'm not going to do it. We're not in the business of... yeah, we can tackle harder. We're not in the business of making last-minute changes here. They really shouldn't be a threat, but these are the games you always fall down on. You have to concentrate. Oof, look at this lot. That's it, the bench. McKinney's upset. What, you didn't want to play? I'll just give you some game time. What, you'd rather be on the bench, son? Just get out there, guys. Do your job. That's what you need to do. I'll look after all the other stuff. You just get out there, play football and win. Don't you worry about my job. He's motivated. Make that count. So let's get out there and do the business. I don't recognize half the names. Who is that guy? Well, that's their team, that's why. I thought we were playing in our black and white stripes then for a minute. But that's them, isn't it? This could be an error. Resting them, taking my assistant's advice. This could be an error. But we'll try and deal with it. I think I should be just playing my first team and using the others to cover when they do need a day off and when injuries occur. But well done. Nicely done. Rizzo, for example, I don't even know how good he is. He's not bad, but his mentals are a bit dodgy. But it's a game we should be winning, this, boys. Come on. I know we are not got our strongest team out there. But that's better with the way we zipped the passing around there. That was better than what we were like in the last game. Didn't find its target, but looked better to me. Another team who are playing so Italian style, just playing very slow, controlled passing, and they're in. Offside. So I got a very makeshift back line here. Oh, and they've hit the crossbar. Shout at them, demand more. We've not made a very good start. I think it's an error that I have made in rotating this team. I'm going to come off that. Get stuck in. That's not good. Nicely done. So far we are second best. 2 fullbacks are on yellow cards. And it does look like I should have played. I haven't even got those players on the bench now, like the Dusans and the Locatellis, Rabios. They're not even on the bench now. This is a big error on my part. I think I should go back to balanced and focus on our defending. And he should be on support. Let's go back to balance. Let's just defend. That's an error on my... Oh, that's a terrible tackle. Send him off, referee. That's an error on my part. And from now on, I'm not going to listen to the assistant. It's all very well thinking ahead to the Europa game, but it's the league that's more important. But luckily their finishing isn't that great. But we're just going to try and defend, take the sting out of them, and then pounce. We haven't got a bad team. My defence is weak. But up front, Fagioli's got himself a card now, has he? See, that's the trouble with telling them to get stuck in. Up front, we're good. It's just, can we defend? That's the key to this game now. There's some very good players. Bensagir, Moliero, Chiesa, McKennie, Mirati. So we can attack. But can we defend? So this is a bit of test of my management skills now. Can I get through this game having made that error initially? Oi. Oh, I say. McKinney. I mean, I suppose a draw will be fine. At the end of the day, a draw will be cool. We've had some more votes in on the where will Juventus finish. We got 44% win the title, 56% top four, none for a mid-table yet. Let's get these votes in. We've come back into the game a little bit. Not by much, but just by going a little bit more defensive, we've managed to steal the momentum. I think later on... I think maybe later on we can go a little bit more attacking once they start to get tired. And if we can sneak a goal, be even better. That's it. One good pass. Oh, come on. Composure, boy. Compose yourself. My most dangerous player is Chiesa and Huisan. Not good at the moment. I'm going to play narrow. I just want us to be zipping the ball around a bit better, so we play it a little bit narrower. And I'm going to say that I'm far from pleased. And get your act together. But what I will do is go a little bit more positive now. We'll try and take the initiative from them. DLP can go on support. A lot of yellow cards. He's going to go on attack. So we're going to go a little bit more positive. Anybody playing really badly here? Not really badly. They've just had a general rollicking. Get on with it. There's nothing wrong with the lines. The lines are set perfectly fine. Just got to try and get more bodies forward. Be a little bit more creative. Might even put the shadow striker as an attacking midfielder. And tell him to take more risks. Which we could do with Fagioli. He's already... I don't want him to dribble more, that's for sure. But it could be coming up to substitution time. Because they're still in this game. Nicely covered. That Hujan is starting to impress me. He's got very good positioning skills. I have to have a look at his positioning attribute. But he always seems to be in the right place. Hopeless. I'd take a draw here because of the error that I made. But really I should be doing better than drawing against this team. I'm hoping that they're getting a little tired. And what I could do, the other, I've got lots of options left. We could counter press as the game goes. That's a nice pass. Almost. Penalty, ref. I never get these lately. If somebody does that in my penalty area, it's a penalty. But I'm not getting them at the moment. Yeah, he's there again. That young centre-back, his positioning is very, very good. Okay, it might be time to look at some of these Herberts up front. It's up front where we're playing really badly, where the good players are. Ben Seguir played well last time out. Looks terrible at the moment. Ah, boy. Hassa is allegedly supposed to be a good player. He is a good player, allegedly. So he can come on. We'll give them a rollicking. McKinney just hasn't got a clue what he's doing. So Luz can come on for him. We'll leave it at that for now. Well, we've got the momentum. I can only just see that, but it's just we have the momentum. We just don't look right. Just not creating enough. And maybe I should be counter-pressing them, trying to make them make a mistake. We're not crossing particularly well, so I don't think this is going to come to anything. Oh, but we're in here. What a chance. He can't get it back to his man. We'll be patient for another 15 minutes or so, and then I'm going to go more attacking. Let's just be patient, see if we can't sneak a 1-0 here. There it is. We've sneaked a 1-0. Now, I have to not go attacking. I have to become much more defensive. So we'll pull them back a little bit. And I think the DLP going on support helped. It's much higher up the pitch. And I think that's job done now. He's on a support duty. We'll leave it at that and we'll go back to being balanced. We just need to hold on to this 1-0 now. We've got some tired players on the pitch as well. But they are playing the ball around, aren't they? It's like this very Italian style of very slow. Take your time. And we've seen that a lot. And that's not good. I need legs. Some people are running out of puff. Lanelli is running out of puff. He probably does need a rest. So we need to probably take him off. They say RU is going to be a very good player, so let's see how good you are. Well done, but that's a nothing ball. Hey FN, how are you? What's wrong with your save, FN? I do have a video coming out hopefully before the weekend where somebody wrote to me and said my team won't score. He's doing a Tottenham save, so I had a look at his tactic, tweaked his tactic, and I was getting really good results with it. What's wrong with your save, FN? Who are the tired boys? Miretti probably should get more meat in midfield. But I want to leave him on. Locatelli can come on for Fagioli. That gives us a little bit more in midfield. And we'll leave one until nearer the end. And hopefully we've done enough. Simon Graves. Nobody has caused us any problems really in their team. They haven't actually, just got one who's had a couple of shots. We've dominated the game. We've just not been very creative up front. We played really poorly. But these are allegedly some good young players. It's interesting to see how they get on. He's had a good game at left back. Been quite impressed with him. That's a nice pass to Moretti. offside though. Moretti's good in that area. And then maybe one more. I think it's Moretti who needs to come off. So I'm going into the unknown here. Hassa is allegedly a good player. Oh, I can't make any more subs. Can I have... because of the 3 rule. The 3 rule. Time to start closing things down a little bit now. Oh, unlucky Locatelli. So we'll play narrow. That shouldn't be on narrow. And we'll start passing the ball around slowly. We'll just come off the counter. No need to do it now. And pull the line back a tad. Come off the trigger press a little bit. That should do it. Slow the pace down. That should do it. What happens if we win this? We're up to 5th. And it will be a good win because the team that I put out at the back was giving me kittens. Was absolutely giving me kittens, that team. But if they can keep a clean sheet, I'll be very impressed with them. Need the goalkeeper to come and get that. I need to go to my assistant and just tell him, make a few changes if you wouldn't mind. And we'll be up to 5th. And at the moment, we can't seem to lose. Things are going very, very well. But don't give a goal away now. We're going to go defensive. And we're going to go much shorter and time waste. Just defend now. Actually, you're still quite attacking when you defend. I played defensive for quite a while in one of the saves. I'm not quite sure which one it was now. But we were creating lots of chances when we were defending. Time to bring him back onto a defensive duty. He's had a good game, that left back. Everybody's done well today. Let's just keep hold of this. Let's not give it away now. Oh, we're giving away a penalty. Like the last minute penalties. We only ever give away penalties in the last 5 minutes. Is it a penalty? We always get up. Yeah, it's awarded. Nothing I can do about that. Why do I never give a penalty away in the first 5 minutes. We always give penalties away in the last time added on or the last minute. Oh, that is such a shame. They've done so well. Who gave the penalty away? Such a shame. They've done so well. But we're still unbeaten. Let's not panic. We're just not going to go up to 5th at this point. And I guess it's my forwards, really, that let me down, not the defence. It was not... always, Robbie, I get penalties in the last five minutes, time added on. I never get them given against me in normal time. It's very rare, but always when we're in time added on. I don't think we deserved that, in all fairness. Ooh, that was a cheeky back heel. We didn't deserve that, in all fairness. We'd done enough to get a win. It was the forwards who were the better players on the pitch who've let me down, not the defence, who were young kids being tried out. It was the forwards who couldn't score. that let me down. And that's not a good result, and they're going to be told. That's not good. You were not good enough. There's no point in whinging. Appear to lack belief. This is a team who are rubbish. You should have beaten them. And if you don't like it, you can be sold as well. Well, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. He was a sub. Or maybe my assistant didn't give us proper instructions for him. But it just looked to me a silly penalty. It was a nothing lobbed ball into the box. I just fouled him. I don't think my defence let me down. It was my attack. We should have been 2 or 3 up at that point. Ndor is probably a good player for the future. But I don't think I'm going to have any money left. Let's just add him to the shortlist for a little time. He probably is going to be a very good player in the future. But I don't think I'm going to have the money. So that didn't work out. But I'd like to win this one. This one we should be winning. I do need to rest them. I always rest the boys who play. And some of the others are tired. Why are they tired? I don't even know who they are. Probably because they were playing for the reserves. That means that we should have a fully fit, rested team for the Europa League. Back to 6th. See, winning that. It still wouldn't have taken us above. We still have a game in hand on the teams above us, so it's not the end of the world. That I think we made it hard for ourselves selection-wise. So you got to hold your hands up sometimes. And I thought we'd done enough to win the game. And Salazar has decided to come in. He's a good player. I want him to play centre mid. Can play attacking mid. His finishing is not great. So for me, he'd be, with those mentals and his ability to tackle, he'd probably be a better centre mid. I mean, his passing and vision are not great. So I'm actually happy to sign him. He's a good, versatile player. Cost us a bit of money though. Not too much, but I think he's a decent player, and so the fans think as well. And give him a squad number. And then registration. Oh, language course registration. Oh my good lord. That's because all those boys are in there. Who is Salazar? Oh, that's him, isn't it? Salazar. Shaulus is not registered. Why not? Ben Sagir is not registered. Why not? Mikel is under 21, isn't he? Under 22. Shieru. Lanelli, not registered? What is wrong with you, boy? Who changed all this? I didn't. Alizai needs to be registered. Oh, they're all under 22, do they? And don't need to be registered. So Alizai doesn't need to be registered. Lanelli doesn't need to be registered. So all these under-22s. They're a young team. There's a lot of young players. So we'll go with that. And let's just go to my tactics screen just to check if anybody is unregistered. Igashari. He needs to be registered. Igashari. He doesn't need to be registered. Zalazar is currently still unregistered. I just registered him. So Igashaki Zalazar. Well, I don't understand this game at all. Zalazar. Unless he just had a birthday. And Igashaki. It's not letting me register them. I can't confirm my selection. That is horrid. What is the game doing now? And Pirola has agreed to come to the club as well. He's the expensive one, 23 million. That's cost us up front. So why can't I register those players? Now I should be able to do it now because I have the opportunity to register him. Squad number... Is the game cheating again? It won't let me register players. Maximum, maybe this is it. Maximum squad size, 25. I've only got 20 in there. I've only got 20 players in there. What is the matter with them? They aren't... Hi, Andy. How you doing? They aren't registered. Oh, was that the Europa League one? Players age of 21 or younger do not have to be registered. So why is this saying under 22? The next match is Europa. Is that why it won't let me register them? Okay. So he can't be... Yeah, of course he can't be registered for the Europa League. I think we should be beating this team. Despite the fact that they don't look very good. Adamski, we need to be putting him under pressure. Robbie, everything in this game gets me. Now I've been asked to register to be eligible for the group phase. Now I'm going to be asked to be for registration for the... Oh, I'm just going to do auto select. Because this would take me forever. Under 21s. Players under the age of 20. So, should he be registered? If we don't have any centre-backs, we don't have any centre-backs. The game is cheating me because it doesn't like losing and I'm beating the game easy and it's trying to cheat me now. So, do what you need to do. So, we'll go to the tactics and we see, have I got any centre-backs? Well, I got those two, the youngsters. Let's go here and go quick pick. Without restriction, best 11. Now that looks a better team to me. And they're all fit, apart from Cambiasso. And then we need to deal with the bench. God, this is terrible. This is absolutely awful. I'm going to put him on the bench because he did very, very well. Danilo can be my other. Yep, he's good. Locatelli, Rabiot, yep, that's good. McKinney is the winger. Ben Seguir, who I think is playing well and probably deserves to play ahead of Gluck. Molero can come in there. Pirola, unregistered, cannot be registered. Pirola's my new centre-back, isn't he? And why can't he be registered? When the other guy could be. Don't worry about your injury. Don't worry about it. It's just pain. I've had a few knocks myself, son. Don't worry about it. Now he wants to change the team. No. We're going with the first team for this game. I have absolutely no idea, Andy, what's going on. As long as I've got a couple of people who can play at centre-back, that's fine. It's no big deal. Maybe he can be registered for the next phase. I also need off-camera to clear this squad out. My assistant has added players, and I need to clear a lot of these out. I don't need all these boys in here. I have no idea who they are, half of them. Money left. I've still got 17 million left after those boys have come in. I also need to make another signing. I'd like to get a good right wing back. I'd really like a good right wing back if I can find one. But the scouts, if we go to, look, we've got 4 players here. 2 there, 1 there, and 0 for all the rest. Like, what are they doing? They've been scouting for like 2.5 months, and they've come up with 12 players maximum. Who is he anyway? A left winger. He's quite good, isn't he, for his age, for 19 years old? It's worth 11. Might be worth spending 11 million on someone like that. Palladino, central defender. Probably not. I'd like to get a really good right back in. Oh, Yasser Aspria's for sale. 42 million. And who is this geezer? Midfielder. I don't need a midfielder unless we sell Locatelli. I'm pretty stocked up in midfield. Pretty stocked up. Need to go back to that. Let's offer him out for loan if he's playing well. Board expectations are to win. I would say my expectation would be to win this game. We are at home, so I want to play positive. I'm just going to play with a higher line. We're not going to get stuck in. The rest can remain the same. So I think I need to have a clear out of all these youngsters and put them back in the reserve teams, because that is making my life a little bit more difficult to figure it out. Especially when I'm aware you guys just want to keep the thing ticking over. So we'll ask him there, and he'll change his mind by the time we get to the dressing room. I want to play my best team because I want to tell them I expect them to play well. They're starting not to agree with my team selection. And their morale might be going down during the transfer window. And I'm not sure why. Because they were agreeing with everything I did when I first came here. It was like heaven sent to rescue them from their plight. But now we seem to be getting a little bit more dissent creeping in as they get to know me. Probably thinking, he'll give in to anything. But we should be winning this. And hopefully we will. And that's about as strong a team as I could pick. And I did go for Ben Seguir over Gluck because I like Ben Seguir. He does a very good job. I want to put Moretti on attack. Good, he's on attack. Fagioli can go on to support. Yeah, we've got enough bodies going forward for now. We just need to keep possession, pass it around, zip it around, and I have every confidence. That we can get the 3 points here. Oh, see, we never get those decisions in the box. Never get them. Yet one happens in my box, which looks totally innocuous, and they get a penalty. Some of the standard of refereeing here is awful. So is the standard of my play here at the moment. So I'm giving them too much space to work in. That's pretty clear. They're getting far too much space. Goalkeeper's ball. Right, let's push this line up. That probably was an error. We play better when we've got the line high up. Unless we're going into a little bit of a dip. That sometimes happens, and when you're in that dip, what you got to do is not lose. Just draw for a couple of games and you'll come out of it. And that wasn't far off from Ben Seguir. In fact, he saved it, did he? Let's just keep our fingers crossed. I want 3 points here today, boys. I want to see another green dot on that schedule. You guys had the last game free time, so you should be fit, raring to go. That's a good tackle. Yeah, we look better when the line is pushed up. We've got enough pace back there. Let's just put him on a cover duty just in case. 14th is not good enough for me, I'm sorry. Not good enough for me. Oh, what a chance. Took it on the volley. It's one of those games where we can't dominate momentum. Nobody is really causing me any bother here. Topata is not passing very well, so it might be wise. Who is Topata? Let's close him down. His passing is not very good, so if he's having a poor game, let's close him down. Let's put some pressure on him. I should have lots of bodies forward. I've got a centre mid on attack, a DLP on support. I've got two full-backs who are attacking. Oh, that was close. So we're getting bodies forward again. It's just a case of, can we score again? Can we get the goal? Where we were scoring freely not so long ago, we're not scoring freely now. Poor pass again. We'll take that all day. I'm going to go narrow. Just trying to be a little bit more compact. Win the second ball. That's the much higher line does that. Because you've got more bodies in this space when the header is played down. That's it. Zip it around. Come on. Faster, faster. Oh, come on, referee. See, another heavy tackle in the penalty area. No penalty, though. I think my centre-half just sneezed on that guy at the end of the last game. It was a penalty. Another corner. No, goal kick. He must have hit his own man. All the match momentum. Come on, boys. Lonelli's already on attack. We'll make him a wing back on support. He starts a little bit higher up. Just one goal, that's all. The floodgates will open. Dusan just left the ball behind. Offside, anyway. We've created 3 chances in 30 minutes. That's not pleasing. More direct passing, Mr. Fuegwoli, please. They're not causing us any problems at all in attack. We're dominating the game. I can't break them down again. It's one of these games again. How am I going to do this? I've got a full back on attack. I've got a wing back now on support. I think I've got a clue. I think I might have an idea. I'm going to go back to balanced. Because that way it might draw them out because we are not attacking so much. Don't always have to draw the lines back, but if you reduce the mentality, that can also draw them out. Another offside. So we've totally controlled the game. Somehow, that's a poor pass. The other thing to do would be to counter press. What? I worry about those because I always get them given as penalties. So let's counter press. We've reduced. Maybe in the second half, if we can't, they'll have to reduce the tempo as well. But if you reduce the mentality, then it's like you're not attacking so much, so it draws them out, which is what we're seeing. So hopefully there'll be space that they leave as they're attacking. Goalkeeper. That's the plan, to try and break these nutters down. Or, of course, a set piece. Dusan's good at these. Oof. Oh, I missed it. What happened there? I missed it. I was looking at the pole. I want them to play narrow. Their passing is not looking good enough to play wider. They're not connecting with their passes. Luz has put us ahead. And you see, sometimes people become obsessed with, I've got to pull the lines back. Just change the mentality and you'll draw them out. Because if you're not attacking, they'll come out. And we saw them come back at us, but now they've left space at the back and we've scored. See, that's another way to do it. And I just remembered about that way. Oh, nearly 2. So now they don't know what to do because we're not attacking now. So they've got to almost like take the game to us, which is leaving space at the back. Well, that was a good game plan, but we've still got to win this game yet. Our passing is terrible. So I want to make the pitch as small as I possibly can, so that our passing can connect. I mean, if it doesn't improve, then what I'll do is I will... I don't know what I'll do. I'll reduce the tempo of the passing in the second half if it doesn't improve. Oh, what a chance. We're missing so many chances. I mean, here we go. 6.6, 6.7. It's the up front again. We got to deal with this. These guys are not a good team. And the likes of Juventus should be beating this bunch of whoever they are. Polish, I think they are, aren't they? Aiello's playing quite well again. Chance, oh, that was a... See, the passing is absolutely chronic. They're really struggling to find each other. So if I go narrow, then the ball doesn't have to travel such long distances. That's the theory. But then it can disrupt the passing as well, because it's the speed now of the passing is too quick for a narrow formation. So the only option I've got left, if it doesn't improve, is to reduce the tempo and play like Italians and just control the possession. But I want to teach this team to play at a high tempo, because I think they're capable of doing it. So let's have a look at these stats at half-time. Our pass completion is only 89%. I'd expect it to be better than that. Although we've had 70% of the possession, that doesn't tell me anything. But we've dominated the game. Go on, put a real show. You have the ability. You weren't that bad. And I need to help them to score goals. So he's going to go as an advance forward on attack. I'm going to bring him into a midfield. And Chiesa is going to go on attack. The wing back can stay on support that side. So let's see if we can help them to score some goals. And now we can go back to positive and we'll just reduce the tempo a little bit. It's time waste a little bit. That might help them as well. Take your time. So we've made some changes there and hopefully we've give them a little bit more opportunity to create chances. See Dusan have a run. That was terrible. Oh, boys. This is not good enough. If this turns out to be a draw as well, I'll be so annoyed. Like, all these chances that we should be doing much better than this. Well, what kind of pass was that? Luckily, my defense was alert. I've told him more direct passes, and he's just taking his time and passing it shorter. Says they're not obeying instructions at the moment, and they have become a little bit more stroppy since I first arrived. So maybe I need to tell him to only short passes and then he'll pass it long, which is what I want him to do. So maybe I'm going to tell them the opposite. Second goal will kill this game. Come on, Moretti. On the head, son. Oh, yes, Dusan. Second goal has killed the game. Oh, that's a relief. Who would be a football manager, eh? Change Dusan's role. This has got nothing to do with it, but I'll take the credit anyway. He probably felt better about himself after I changed his role. Oh, this is terrible. I really don't know how to solve this problem of this passing today. Let's tell Fagioli just to pass short to them. We just don't look like we're in control, although we clearly are. And he's like 1 against 4 there, so we should be able to see him off. Which we did, but who's that guy? Let's go to my assistant, get his thoughts on things. I don't think we counter press very well. We leave big gaps at the back when we're counter pressing. And I think we need to switch that off now that we're ahead. See, another foul there, referee. And a penalty. What is going on here? And he's given the foul now. Come on, the refereeing is well dodgy. No, he's only given a corner. The refereeing is well dodgy. I'm going to go back to balance, draw them out a little bit. And I'm going to go to short passing. Slow it down even more. Come off the counter press. I don't think we play very well counter pressing, because we just generally tend to leave big gaps at the back. And you know me, I don't like big gaps. And it's 3-0. And I think that's put the game to bed. At least Luz is playing well at the moment. Ben Seguir, alert as ever. Did you guys watch the City and Arsenal game today? Proceed, yeah. What did you make of that, guys? What did you think of that game? It's interesting. I actually thought the game was really good. We probably thought it was a really boring game, but I thought it was a game of chess. And no team was taking any risks. Neither team. And they were just like both so defensively well set up. I thought because you know me, Andy, I like a good defense, and I thought both teams were so well set up defensively, especially Arsenal. Manchester City had no idea how to get past them. I actually enjoyed the game. I enjoy a good defensive performance as much as a good attacking performance. But Liverpool's game was extremely good. Although I did suggest that next time Salah turns up that he should have his shooting boots on, not his defending boots. How many chances did he miss? And I was most upset because he's captain of my fantasy team this week. I was very, very upset. He missed about 8 golden opportunities. And isn't this interesting that you go into a balanced mode of play, and Lus is injured, is he? Go into a balanced mode of play, and it looks like I'm playing better. It looks like the team are playing better, but all that's happening is that they're just drawing the opposition forward because they're not attacking so much, and then it leaves space. You don't have to do it to the lines. Although the lines sometimes will work. Evening, Mr. Twister. We're doing all right. We still haven't lost. We still have not lost a game since I've arrived at Juventus. And I'm finding this really hard to believe. How's your day, Mr. Twister? Busy watching footy. I think it's time now just to be a little bit more sensible at 3-0. You can come back to a full back on support. Probably we can play him as a deep line playmaker on defend. Let's close it down. We'll leave him on attack for the moment. Chiesa's on attack. We're going to have some attacking. But I'll eat my hat live on camera if they can beat my defence now and make it 3-3. I better go and get my hat, and I. Can he play as a pressing forward? Yeah, let's make him a pressing forward on attack. Let's put some pressure on their back line. Time to go and ask my assistant for any updates, which he's done. Thank you very much. And then I've got to think about some substitutions here. Fagioli's tired. He's played in every game, actually, hasn't he? So he's got to be the first off. Locatelli's probably not being picked by my assistant because he's got transfers on his mind. We need to wait until the transfer window has closed. So, and we used another little trick there tonight to draw the team out. Just come off the mentality a bit. Oh, I thought that was going in as well. Oh, it's good playing like this. That's how I used to play in the old days. Just make sure you win. And we're completely dominating it now. It's time to make a couple of changes. We'll see this highlight out and then make a couple of changes. Oh! I thought that was going in as well. Dusan and Luz are playing well at the moment. Let's make a couple of changes here. Lanelli plays a lot of games, so it might be worth giving him a little bit of time off. Danilo can come and replace him. And then Cambiaso's fine. Smeretti and Rabiot can come on. Wait, what's wrong with my mouse? Rabiot can come on for Moretti and Locatelli for Fagioli. And that will do it. Lock down the flanks and the midfield. Fresh legs. Shape is very, very good. We've got a good shape going. We're putting a lot of pressure on this team. Job done. All we had to do was find out how to score. I did come off the counter press, didn't I? I don't want to counter press. Good save, good save. I like it. Ooh, we're flying here at the moment at Juve. We are flying here. Go on, son, you're in. Go on. Go on. That would have been a worldie if he'd put his foot through that one. Nearly. Their passing is still poor, though. I am going to go back to fairly narrow, because it doesn't seem to make any difference whether they're narrow or fairly narrow. They're just not passing it very well across the field today, and I wonder if we should just focus on being more direct. And don't worry about short passing for today. But as we're 3-0 up, I still got one sub to make, haven't I? Yeah. Chiesa, maybe. Dusan. Perhaps Dusan could do with 10 minutes off. It's probably a good plan. Let's give Dusan a rest. Gluck can come on up front. Dusan's done well over the last 3 games. Scored. We don't mind that. I think he lost the dressing room. I don't know how he managed to lose the dressing room, But this isn't, I mean, looking at the squad comparison, Mr. Twister, this isn't the best team in Italy by a million miles. They have, their squad has, it's just been decimated over the years. And then in the squad comparison, they are not good. Especially when you look at the likes of Inter Milan and AC Milan, Roma. In terms of squad comparisons, those teams are streets ahead of them. They are not the best team in Italy by a long shot. They've even got 2 loan players in their squad. Juventus have got 2 loan players in there. Makes me shudder. So it's been poor squad management, and he's lost the dressing room. That's why he lost his job, I think. I'm going to go back to defensive now. We're going to shut this game down. We don't need to do anything. It's just 6 minutes left. Well done. Keep defending. Although, if it goes to 3-2 now, I might have a little bit of a panic. Not like that, son. You'd have to be a very good player to do that. Chiesa's tired. Just defend. Keep the ball. It's time to... Let's pass play out of defence. We'll go narrow. Let's be more disciplined. That was something I probably should have tried. Don't need to play for set pieces. Although it will slow it down. Slow the pace down. Come off the counter. And go into a mid-block. Maybe even pull the line back. Let's shut up the shop, boys. What I'd be keen to see is where that puts us in the table. 12th. Still not good enough for me. Not good enough, boys. We need to win these last 2 games. And then we're going to have to play well against who we play in the playoffs. We've done all right today. It's not been brilliant, but we've done enough to beat them. Come on, one pass. Oof. I thought he was in. Come on, come on, let's make it 4. I'll be happier with 4. 13th now. I don't think we're going to make it to the top 8. But we can win the playoff round. He is time wasting. He's doing really well there, isn't he? Oh, what a chance. Hello? Where's the camera going? Is that a little FM glitch? He didn't know where the ball was. Sack the cameraman. Do you know what I was thinking the other day? Well, would be nice. That you could just like have a manager's eye view camera. So it'd be like 6 foot off the ground in the dugout there. That would be really challenging. If you could win games looking in that view, that would be really challenging. You'd be a good manager then. Oh! Is he given a corner for that? I thought we headed that. A little bit of a kit clash. I thought we put our head on that. Come on, let's get this 4th. See, we're more attacking when we're defensive, and that's because they have to come out, and then we're just exploiting the space. So it looks like we're more attacking. Offside. No, was not given offside. I thought he was going to be offside then. This time he was offside. It took a long time to raise his flag. Well, this has been a painful performance, but we've done enough to win. And that's all I can ask at this stage. Still got £15 million to spend. And if Chiesa goes, we'll have £60 million to spend. Rabiot's in. Tuck it away, son. Tuck it away. 4-1. I had a funny feeling that was coming. Yeah, you will, Mr. Twister. I've always said you're going to have times where form is not good. Even Manchester City go through that in real life. And Liverpool, they all go through it when your form's not good. And the secret of that is don't lose. Set your team up defensively so that you don't lose. And losing is the worst thing you can do at that point. And a couple of draws and you'll be back on your way again. But don't worry about that couple of draws. Just don't lose. It's so important. And play determined players. So look through your squad and look who's training well. Play those boys. They want to be in the team. If you've got a young boy who's really training well, he wants to be in the team. So especially if he's got high determination, play him. Play your most determined players and young players who are training well. They want to be in the team. They want their chance. That's how I deal with that. Yeah, set it up defensively. Like the same as what I did. You remember what I did with Inter Milan? It was just to stay in the game. It's just I knew that they would fade at the end, but so just stay in the game. That's all we could do. Looking at those attributes, I nearly died. I was like, what's that about? We can get to 8th, but all these 3 teams above us in the next game will have to lose. So I don't see it happening. We haven't done anything wrong. We've won our games, but just drew with Celtic. So I don't see that happening. And now we have a game very quickly. We have a game that's going to happen very quickly. 2 days. There's only 2 days break there. Interesting. Okay, that's going to be it for tonight. It's now past 10 o'clock, way past my bedtime. Thanks for coming along, guys. Our run continues. We are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games without defeat since we arrived at Juventus. And we are 6th in the league. We're back in the European slots. We've taken them from 15th to 6th. And we're on course to at least finally finish the job in the Europa League. Thanks for coming in, guys. Appreciate it as always. Don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already. Help the channel to grow. And special big thanks to Andy and Mr. Twister for being channel members. Really do appreciate it. And to everybody, stay safe. Have a good night. And we will see you in the next one. And we will find out if we can keep this going. The results of the vote were: win the title was 44%. Top 4, 51%. Mid-table, 5%. Who is the mid-table? Who said 5% said mid-table? Come on. The poll is over. So most people are saying top 4. Stuart, just in time to say goodnight. Yeah, just signing out. Night, Stephen. Thanks, guys, for all your support. I really appreciate it. And we will see you next time. And we'll see what happens next time. Good night, guys.